Hello, Sandy Graham. I'm going to make a mosquito trap today, and I'm doing it in Africa. And if you do this, you should make it with probably the most easy to find, cheapest vegetables or fruit. You got to use fruit, and it's nectarine they're attracted to. I bought, actually for 10 cents, I bought 4 mangoes. So these are mangoes. Now, if I was doing this only for me, I would be making it with the oranges or the lemons because I like the smell. But the important thing is to make the smell you want. Andy Graham, Malaria, NIMBY in my backyard. I'm trying to make a mosquito trap, and I'm doing a kind of a passive transfer thing. What I'm doing is I'm encouraging them to help me in the hope that eventually they figure out what I'm doing and copy it. So basically, for somebody to adopt something and do it, they basically got to see the whole process, and then you don't really tell them what to do. They basically just passively steal it from you, take the idea and copy it. But I'm having her chop up some mangoes so that we can use it as what they call a attractive toxic bait. Attractive toxic bait. Basically, it's just poison fruit. Hello, it's Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler, or Malaria, NIMBY, not in my backyard. I'm going to show you how to make a very simple trap. I'm in West Africa in the city of Kara, Togo, and they have malaria here. So this is not a game. It actually kills one baby about every 16 minutes, I think it is, in the world. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a simple trap. As you can see right now, there's a bunch of trash behind me, and they have a lot of this in Africa. It's the underdeveloped world. The water, but mosquitoes live in the water and whatever. So what I want to do is show you how to trap mosquitoes that enter the room during the day when the windows are open. Okay, so this is a simple trap, and it's going to use toxic bait, attractive toxic bait in a way, with boric acid. This is as simple as it gets. This is a fruit. You can use any kind of fruit. You need a bottle, about any bottle, and you need some cockroach powder. They also have boric acid. This is called poudre de cafard here. Cucarachas in Spanish, but this is, they got some really names on it. This cost 40 cents US. So the real big cost, this is like a nickel here, but you can use any kind of fruit that's got nectarines in it. Okay, I'm going to show you now how I construct the thing. I've already put the fruit and cut up one and put it in the bottom. Okay, this is real easy to make. All you do is you take a bottle like this, any size bottle, any type. You go up about 1/3 the way, and you just sort of start to auger back and forth with a knife. And then you're going to cut a hole in it. Roughly, I'm going to use some scissors. You don't have to do this. You can use anything. But if I use some scissors, what I'm doing is I'm going to make a hole here about big enough to put 2 fingers in. So that's all it takes. It's 2 fingers. And now I got the fruit in there. Okay. Now what I got is I got the cockroach spray, and I got the lid on the thing. And what I'm going to do is put in, I already have some that I've been using the other day. I'm going to just open this up. Hold on, let me put this down. Cut off the lid to the bag to it. This is cockroach powder. And what I'm going to do is dump all of that in there. So you see there's a bunch of cockroach powder. Now the value of this is people do know that cockroach powder kills stuff, right? Okay, then I got to add some water. I'm just going to add enough to cover up the very bottom. I want to have a place where they can sit and die. Okay, now I got a plastic bag. I'm going to put it over the thing, and then I'm going to shake it. This is to I could have done this before I cut the hole, but I just didn't. Now what I've got is completely poisoned, distributed around the bottle, and it will attract. Now nectarines attract mosquitoes. Okay, so what happens is they crawl in here. I'm going to show you a trap now of what I have from yesterday. And this is actually, they have trapped in here. I'm going to show you a different one from 5 days ago that is a better example. This one I made with bananas, which is really nasty. So let's stop this and so I can get a better view. Now I make this out of clear plastic so I can see the test, but this has been around for 3 or 4 days, and inside there's dead bugs sitting on the side of there. That's all it takes. So what you're going to do is have this out here, and about every 2 weeks you got to change it. Now it's real easy. You just dump this out, put some more things in it, and put some cockroach spray. But what you got to do is basically give it a swirl every day to sort of drown the mosquitoes or anything that's in there. There's a bunch of theories that you want a small hole so bees don't enter, but you don't want bees in your room. You don't want any kind of bug. So any kind of bug that crawls in here is going to get poisoned. That's as difficult as it gets, and this works. I've tested it. I've got all these bottles. I'm going to stop here, then I'm going to start explaining in a longer video all the different things. This is the one that's been circulating around the net for a long time. And basically it doesn't work because what happens is it smells so much that nobody will put it in their room. This is by putting sugar in a thing and putting yeast. It does work. It does capture mosquitoes, but it also attracts mosquitoes, which is another problem. It creates carbon dioxide, which traps them. But the biggest problem is you can't put this in your room because it smells. I made a bigger version, which was easier to make, which probably caught lots more mosquitoes. And all I did is put a very, very small hole in it. And as you can see, there's tons of them inside the bottle from there. Now I made one with a bunch of just cheap stuff, grinds, and it captures mosquitoes. Everything captures mosquitoes, especially if you have a small hole on the side. But the problem is the smell. So if you add yeast or whatever, you have something that is so smelly that people won't use it. Okay, so bottom line is, the best way to do this is just to use some cockroach powder or boric acid, any kind of fruit you can find. Dump it all into a bottle, cut a hole in the side about 2 fingers width, and you have something that's worth using. Otherwise, it's really just too smelly. Now I have some, it's going to sound funny, but I got a bunch of flower petals that I'm going to put in here. I better do this just to show you what I'm doing. I added some flower petals. Basically, you got to understand, a mosquito is almost like a bee. They're attracted to sweet things and kind of sweet plants. So I'm trying to make the smell of this something that I would put in my room. If they won't put it in their room, it's not going to work. It's not appropriate technology.